Hi, this is Crafty Lady 7, and I'm here with my August paper pumpkin, and I'm going to show you what we have in here and how to make the cards. We get to make cards and boxes. We've got pink flags, the cards, and vanilla colored tags, white, whisper white ink,
That is so the camera will focus.
and stamps, a couple border stamps. It says with love, hello, for you, and with sympathy. I really like that, with sympathy. That's nice looking.
So it's probably for people who are hurt or something and you want to give it to them. Again, I'm Cool Girl. I'm from a different channel.
And this is black ribbon envelopes. And another envelope. We have the pink cards with the silver bows, and then the white and silver stripes, and then we have
Not silver, but golden slash kind of silverish.
golden,
right?
yeah, golden silverish, and pop dots, and then we have 3 boxes we get to make. They're out of the white and gold paper. And then there's tags, and I'll show you the picture of what we will be making. And here they are. We get 3 pictures of the white, of the gold and white with tags, and the pink and gold with tags, and then 3 boxes with tags, and we make flowers to put on those. So now we'll get started. We'll start with the pink. We fold it, and then we take up one of the pink tags, and first we stamp on one of the black tags.
You didn't show those ones yet.
That's true. You didn't get to see those very good. Oh, there's 2 pages of these, so I just took 2 out at once. That's nice. We have, hopefully, there'll be extras there. But I think I want to use this on the boxes, so the kind of tag I want to use on the cards are these, and they're shaped 2 different ways. We have this shape, and then there's also this shape, and I think this shape is the one they show on the pink.
Yes, they look like little boxes that you can write something in or you can stamp something in.
It's the chalkboard paper, and it looks fantastic stamped in white.
Yes.
And so I think I have my own Whisper White.
So she won't be
ink,
needing that one.
Yeah, so I can save it for later. And so now I need my stamp. I think since I like that with that sympathy thing so well, I'll use it first. Sorry about my arm in front of the camera.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. I'll take the with sympathy tag off.
Of
And I'll
course,
put it on my block.
you you gotta put it on you have to put it on a block 'cause it's much easier that way.
You get a block with your very first kit, but after that you have to use your own blocks. So now, I'll ink that up.
You know, press it down.
And
Make
then,
sure you don't press it down too hard or you might get too much or it might kind of
And I'm going
get
to-
everywhere.
test it just to see how it's going to turn out. That looks like it'll do very well.
So the camera will focus. There you go.
Okay.
If the camera
It's
can see
difficult
it.
to see the white on the pink, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So now I'll stamp this just a little bit more again.
It creates the illusion of the chalkboard effect. So it looks kind of like a teacher's chalkboard.
And look at that. Doesn't that look nice? With sympathy.
And you can read it much better.
And we will put this on.
Sorry, I was just saying something with tags.
Now we put this on with the pop-ups.
And see, this is what the pop-ups are supposed to look like. So if they don't look like that, then they're not pop-ups. It didn't focus. Just use the ones you can use the ones you already have or the ones in the kit, mattering which kit you got, if it's new or if it's your very first one. What it matters, it depends if you already have pop-ups. They're very useful because they kind of pop it out in this little shape and they
Make it a little more professional looking, don't they?
yeah, and it's a little bit easier than using tape, the tape stuff. What's it called? The roll-on tape.
Tape runner, the tape runner.
Yeah.
Take these off. We'll stamp. Now we'll put this on here. Right like that. And then we'll put a couple of pop dots on the back of with sympathy. Sometimes it takes these a little longer to dry.
Yes. So,
So-
you've got to make sure they're dry, or at least don't
That
put
one
your
isn't
hand on
quite
them.
dry, actually. So I'll try to use it without touching the ink.
I mean, you can use it, but just make sure you don't touch the ink on it.
Don't want it smeared up, do we?
No, we do not.
I'll take the papers off of those.
They should come off easy, but sometimes it's harder to get them off.
Yeah, sometimes my nails just don't want to grab it. Okay, now we'll just put this down right on top of here. Oops, sorry.
The camera went that way.
And doesn't that look nice and professional? That's our first card. And now, the next card we'll show you is the one with the stripes. We'll do that and use the lighter color.
So it pops a little bit more on the paper, so you can see it very easily.
And we'll use this black tag.
And that'll definitely pop.
And which saying would you like to, do you think we should put on here now?
How about with love?
With love?
Yes.
Okay. And this is an adorable little part also. It's a border. We'll use the border and the with love. And I'll take my stamp off of this
Of
one.
course, this is what the stamps are supposed to look like up close. You're supposed to you're supposed to stick this part on the back of that thing. You're supposed to dip this the part with that's sticking out into the ink. Sometimes you forget about. Sometimes, mattering if you're new, you kind of don't know some of that stuff. Really, like I didn't know some of that.
Now I'll ink up the With Love.
Make sure you pat it down.
And then put it right down here on,
Firmly, but not with too much force.
and yes, and then lift straight up. Whoops.
And there it is.
There's the With Love. And now I'll put a little border underneath it.
And you can put the border underneath it.
This is almost too long for the block that I have handy, so I'm going to put it on my block catty cornered. And now I'm just going to put this down underneath.
And you can press it down. Again, as I say, don't use too much force or it might end up. Make sure you lift straight up.
And that turns out like that.
Yes, that is how it should look. Make sure you can see that. Because it matters if the camera's focused on it or not.
And we set that off to dry for just a minute while we put the pop dots on the back of.
On the back of the white ribbon right here.
Okay. And again, we just peel the paper off the back of the pop dots. The pop-up. I guess they're called the foam pop-ups.
Yes, because they're made out of little foam.
And the pop dots are the little
Yeah,
glue glops.
they're called the glue dots. Yeah.
Yeah, glue dots, you're right. I'll just put this right on the center of the
Make
card.
sure you put it right on the very center because you want to make it look kind of neat.
And then pop dots on the back of the With Love without touching any of that ink because it definitely is not dry yet.
Yeah, because it takes a little bit longer to dry.
The best thing to do would be to
Sorry, I just had to tell something. Yeah. So, we're going to just peel the little poppy thingies up. I said poppy thingies.
it might be a good idea to
just throw it-
stamp your chalkboard paper ahead of time
Yeah.
so it can sit and dry.
Yes, so it can sit and dry. So you don't. So like, if you have someone around you and they accidentally put their hand on it, it's very hard. It's a little bit harder to redo. So make sure you kind of do that ahead of time if you want.
And we center that on there. And there's our next card.
And it's called. It says With Love.
With Love.
And you can definitely see that because it has a little background. So it.
And our next project is the box. The box is very easy to put together.
Yes, all you do is
First,
kind
you
of fold it.
fold on all the lines first. Before you put it together. Having a little trouble getting it folded straight. This is good to use your Stampin' Up! Bone folder on to do these things. Now to get it, everything's all folded down. You put these down first, and you put this flap down, and then just tuck this one in. So that it tucks on the sides like that.
And that's how it should look. It'll have that little opening there.
Adorable little box. And there you go with your box. And then we have little flowers to make, to put on top of the box. You pinch out 3 of each one of these. And then you take your pencil. See if I have a pen handy. Here's one. You just take the pen and, well, here's something I have. My little stick here. You roll the petals around your stick to get them to flip up a little bit. To make them look a little curly. Can you do that on all 3 of these?
Yes, all 3 of them.
There's that one, and then we just have one more flower, one more petal on this flower to go, and then one more flower. And
Yes.
while I finish rolling that flower, Cool Girl here is going to show you how you put the pop dots. Where's the other set of pop dots?
The top.
We can use these. This will still work. Use the centers of that, the edges.
Okay, so
Just tear off pieces of that. Put it in the middle there, and then one will go on top, offset. And you can do that while I curl this last one.
as you see, I'm just using the very edges. You can always use the edges. Just peel off this part. It might be a little bit hard to peel off because, especially with shorter fingernails. I'm sorry about this. Just going to. You're going to get that loose. Of course, that's what the edges will look like. The camera won't focus on the thing. Now you'll want to make sure that it looks like that. Put it right in the middle. And then you'll take this
Offset, yeah, like that.
like that. And might be a little bit hard to do. Now you'll put it, and that's what it should look like.
And here's a pop dot for the next. And again, this one will go on just a little bit offset. So it looks like a flower. Here's the flower that will go on top of our box.
And this
Back it up.
This is what it'll look like on the box there.
And then we get to make the middles of the flower. And that part, you just start rolling. Rolling it, rolling it. Put that pop dot in the middle of that flower. A pop dot in the middle of that for me. Okay?
Yes, I will. Just put a little pop dot right here. And you can peel it off. Make sure you don't peel the entire pop dot off. This is not easy right here. A little bit. That's the only bad thing about the pop dots. They are not super easy to peel off. Well, for me anyway. So,
Okay, you've got that one ready?
almost, yes. No. I'll get it.
Okay. Maybe you could peel it off with this.
Yeah, maybe.
The more you handle it, the more sticky comes off of it.
So you can possibly use one of these things. Oh gosh, the camera will not focus.
Here's another thing of pop dots that might be easier to use.
Yes.
Try that.
As I said, you can use this to take it off, but you're just
Put
use
down on the flour first, okay? So the sticky doesn't come off onto your fingers.
Okay, I got this right here.
Yeah, I like
Now
that.
press it down.
And then take the, oh, you already took it off. And then you put this little middle of the flour in.
Yes, whatever it's called.
And
Kind
then,
of like little confetti things.
and then we just attach it to the box.
Using a pop dot, or you can glue it on if you want. You
You
can
can
use
use
what you want.
the tape runner, or you can use the Stampin' Up! Glue.
You can use really anything, but it's okay if you just use what comes with the box. So just stick it right on there. Make sure it stays.
And your box is
And
done.
you have a cute little box. And
Cute
it's,
little gift box to match your cards.
yeah. So if you have someone you want to do it, and let's go a quick overview. We had the With Love one. They got a little smeared right here, but that's fine.
And where did the other card go?
I don't know. But then we have this one. Of course, it has cute little silverish dots on it. And the other one has seemed to disappear. I don't know why.
It just flew away from us.
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of our demonstration. If you should try to get a hold of a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and order the paper pumpkin kits. They're worth it.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
If you are, if you are into like crafting or into Stampin' Up! Already, then it's pretty good idea to get something like this because it's pretty useful, as in like if you want to, because it'll have different themes sometimes, I guess, and it's a pretty good thing because it doesn't
You have all
use-
your parts together.
yeah, you
and
don't
it
have to
doesn't
go,
take long.
and it doesn't take long, and it tells you the instructions most of the time, but sometimes people need demonstrations. That's why we're doing this video.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.